Okay, so here's my latest tarp. I'm not using a dedicated ridge line. I just hooked it up to where the hammock's hooked up. On this tarp, I didn't put any edges on. It's just the fabric. It's not really focusing on that, but it's a really pretty clean line. I'm trying to reduce weight and give it more size. You know, folding it over that ½ inch or whatever just reduces the size of the hammock. So I still have my tie-outs reinforced, and yeah, and I've got these green lines that are lightweight and teeny little titanium stakes that could come out pretty easy. You know, this is kind of a fair weather tarp. If you were going to be having some wind or something, or significant wind, you'd want to put some rocks on top of those stakes. And that's what it looks like in there. It's a really nice place to hang out. So, what I really want to show you is how light this whole kit got, with these light strings and the light stakes and some things I did to try to make the tarp as light as possible. It's all flat. Even here, it's not, these two pieces of fabric are just flat and sewed together, trying to maximize the space and reduce weight. So, now I'm going to set this up and take it down and show you how I pack it up. I guess I'm going to make that a separate video because I just realized I forgot something. Okay, so I put a little tarp under there because I want to keep this tarp clean in case somebody wants to buy it. So I'm going to show you how to take this thing down. Stakes out first. They come out pretty easy because they're so little. So I've got 6 stakes that weigh 2 grams each. Pretty light. And I'm going to disconnect the tarp itself. Try not to get it dirty. So I have a pattern on how I fold this up. It's going to be hard to do here with the limited space, but I'll give it a shot. Basically, fold the tips in, all the triangles in. Close enough. It'll probably be fine. So then you just start folding it over once, twice. That took me to the center, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. Twice. I'm going to fold the whole thing over on itself. You know, just keep folding it until you get pretty small. I'm in the camera. Let's see. Yeah, and I got a little bag I made. I'm gonna show you this. It's pretty cool. It's very little, and I put a little pocket inside for the stakes, because we don't want the stakes, you know, they're just metal, so we don't want to poke in the tarp. So they're in there, but they're in their own little pouch inside there. It's a teeny little pouch. Hard to believe. Fit this thing in there, huh? Okay, so hold it one more time. Might be enough. And then just start rolling it up. Of course, it unfolds as you roll it up because silicone polyester and sil nylon are very slippery, so they don't stay folded like you want them to. But there you go. And then you kind of take the strings, just kind of help pull the thing together a little bit, and see if you can get this thing in here. Which is, you know, the bag couldn't be any smaller, that's for sure. But it will fit me pretty well. Okay. And up and over it goes. So in there, I've got all the ropes, clips, the stakes, everything is in there. And here's the cool part, okay? So you got this little thing, it's about the size of a soda pop can, I think. You know, it's a little longer, but probably a little skinnier too. I'm going to take the I'm going to start another video. Okay, so here's the cool part. You're probably not going to be able to see the numbers, but I'm going to tell you what it says, and you'll just have to trust me. So, turn this thing on. This is the tarp and the lines and the stakes all together. Weighs exactly 250 grams, which is just 25 or so, or 20 grams over a half a pound. Just a little over a half a pound. Take that with a small, this is a really small hammock here, and it's got steel carabiners in here right now, so it could get lighter. It's 360, you know, so it would get under 350. So for the two of them, you have 613. It would go under 600 when you change the carabiners. 613 or 600 is like a pound. It's under 2 pounds. It's like a pound and a third for the hammock and the tarp. And all you need is a sleeping bag, maybe a pad if it's cold. So that's just kind of an example of the kind of stuff I'm working on for lightweight gear. And this thing, I haven't figured out the price yet for this, but it's going to be probably just a little bit over $100 as a kit with all the, you know, just like this. And if you just want the tarp, it'd be less. Okay.